Hello, kindergarten and friends. It's Miss Francis. I'm excited to be reading in the classroom today. This video will be for week 7 and 8. We're stretching 7 and 8 video series to be about farm. And we chose this because so many of you live on farms. And I've been hearing about your chickens and your pigs and your horses and cows all year long. And so I thought it would be fun to pull some great stories about farms. So maybe we can share pictures about the different animals that we have living on our own farms. And the two stories I'm going to read to you now are Duck on a Bike and Duck on a Tractor. These are two books by David Shannon. And what's really cool about David Shannon is he really is a great author to develop a character, and then he can make so many different stories using that character. So as writers, we are going to develop really interesting characters that other people want to read about. And then if we get a really interesting character developed, then we can do different stories about maybe different adventures that character is going to go on, different problems that that character is going to have to solve. So as a writer, a good character can help you create many books. And that's what David Shannon does here with these two books, Duck on a Bike and Duck on a Tractor. The first one I'm going to read to you is Duck on a Bike. And on the front cover, we see our main character here, Mr. Duck. He looks like he's having a lot of fun. And on the back, it gives us a little hint of the setting of the story. The setting of the story is going to be on a farm. And that little barn gives us that hint. His illustrations are fantastic. He has great ways of giving us clues. Like on this title page, Duck on a Bike by David Shannon, he gives us a clue of what this story is going to be about with this duck showing an expression, like maybe a wondering expression, maybe a thoughtful expression, and he's looking at this bike. So imagine what thoughts are going through this duck's mind right here on this front cover. It starts out, one day down on a farm. So the very first sentence, we're going to catch the setting. He tells us it's on a farm. Duck got a wild idea. I bet I could ride a bike, he thought. He waddled over to where the boy parked his bike, climbed on, and began to ride. At first he rode slowly, and he wobbled a lot, but it was fun. Now, boys and girls, stop here for a minute. Would a duck normally want to ride a bike? No. This is already, we can tell, an imaginative story, so it is fiction, and oh boy, I can already tell by this picture that this duck's going to get into a little bit of trouble, or maybe go on a little fun, wild adventure with this bike. It tells us the setting of the story, it shows us who this main character is, and it tells us kind of the central idea of this text is going to be about this duck and his wild idea. All right, and we're going to see some personification with these characters too, meaning these ducks and cows and chickens are maybe going to behave as humans, maybe by talking, maybe by riding a bike. It says, Duck rode past Cow and waved to her. Hello, Cow, said Duck. Moo, said Cow. But what she thought was, a duck on a bike? That's the silliest thing I've ever seen. Then Duck rode past Sheep. Hello, Sheep, said Duck. Bah, said Sheep. But what she thought was, he's going to hurt himself if he's not careful. Duck was riding better now. He rode past Dog. Hello, Dog, said Duck. Woof, said Dog. But what he thought was, that's a mighty neat trick. I bet that dog would like to ride the bike too. Then Duck rode past Cat. Hello, Cat. Are you noticing some repetition here? He's greeting every animal with Hello, cat. Hello, cat, said Duck. Meow, said Cat. But what she thought was, I wouldn't waste my time riding a bike. What do you think this cat would rather do instead of riding a bike? What do cats normally want to do? They want to take a nap. They want to be lazy. Duck pedaled a little faster. He rode past Horse. Hello, Horse, said Duck. Nay, said Horse. But what he thought was, you're still not as fast as me, Duck. Look at his expression. It shows that proud face. He's very proud and he's thinking, well, he's not as fast as me. Duck rang his bell as he rode toward Chicken. Hello, Chicken, said Duck. Cluck, cluck, said Chicken. But what she thought was, watch where you're going, Duck. Then Duck rode past Goat. Now look at this goat, guys. This page always makes me giggle on the inside because that goat's expression makes me laugh. Look at it. He's just minding his own business, eating some trash whenever he sees the craziest thing ride past him, because we don't normally see ducks riding a bicycle. Remember, this is personification happening in our story. It says, then Duck rode past Goat. Hello, Goat, said Duck. Ma, said Goat. But what he thought was, I'd like to eat that bike. Because goats like to eat silly things like trash. Man, boys and girls, I wish I had you in the classroom reading with me right now, because I love hearing your voices help me read the greetings as he rides past these animals. In the classroom, I know you guys would normally read with me, hello, Goat. And it's such a fun story. So as I'm reading, feel free to read those parts with me, okay, through your screen. Duck stood on the seat and rode past Pig and Pig. Hello, pigs, said Duck. Oink, said Pig and Pig. But what they thought was, Duck is such a show-off. Look at him. He's getting a little bit braver. He's riding and standing with one leg on the seat of that bike. Then Duck rode no hands past Mouse. Hello, Mouse, said Duck. Squeak, said Mouse. But what he thought was, I wish I could ride a bike just like Duck. And look at his thoughtful expression here. He's just wishing away that he could be just like Duck. I have to admit, if I was a mouse, I would think that's a pretty neat trick too. Suddenly, a whole bunch of kids came down the road on bikes. They were in such a hurry that they didn't see Duck. They parked their bikes by the house and went inside. Just take a look at this page. Man, the author-illustrator here really sends a message with the faces of all of these barnyard farm animals. They're all looking at those bicycles with a very imaginative look. They're like, can we get those bikes? And look at Duck back here in the background. Now, all the animals had bikes. They rode around and around the barnyard. This is fun, they all said. Good idea, Duck. I think it's so cool that Pig and Pig have the two-seater bike. I think it's super funny that Goat is over here munching on his basket. And I love that Mouse is riding on the handlebars with the Duck. He really looks up to him. Then they put the bikes back at the house, and no one knew that on that afternoon there had been a cow, a sheep, a dog, a cat, a horse, a chicken, a goat, 2 pigs, a mouse, and a duck on a bike. The end. But again, the illustrator's going to give us a great hint. This duck is looking up at the big farmer's tractor with that same thoughtful expression. I think he's giving readers a hint of another book that he's going to use this character in. Duck on a Tractor. All right, we're reading that one next. But first, I want us to look at a little activity with these characters, okay? So I'm going to let you switch on over to the video that says the character ABC order with Duck on a Bike. Let's take a look at these characters and how we could put them in ABC order. Thanks for listening.